Hey, future doctors, welcome back. I am Dr. Lori, and if you are getting ready to start your summer MCAT prep, then you're exactly in the right place. So let's talk about it. The first week of studying is really one of the most important because it sets the tone, the habits, and the structure that's really going to carry you all the way to your target score on exam day. So whether your goal is just to get into the 500s, or you're looking for 510, 515, 520, starting with the right system in place is going to make it so much easier. So in this video, I am going to walk you through what your first week of prep should actually look like step by step. First, we're going to cover how much to study, and then we'll talk about what content to review first, how to start using practice questions right away. Don't wait for those. And some of the biggest mistakes that we see students making in week one that slow them down all summer long. Let's dive into it. So first, you're going to set your schedule and you're going to define your study hours. Before you even open a book or start any sort of question banks, you need a clear plan for when you're going to study and how long you're going to study. If you are studying full-time, so you're not taking summer classes, you're not working, your only job is studying, I recommend about 25 to 35 hours per week. This usually means about 4 to 6 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week, with one full rest day where you're not studying at all, you're not doing anything. If you are studying part-time, if you're also working or volunteering, taking classes, doing clinical experiences, etc., aim for about 15 to 20 hours a week, spread out in blocks of at least 2 hours at a time. So on day one, literally block your calendar for the week. Divide your study hours into content review, which you want to be about 60% of your time, practice questions, which you want to be 20 to 25% of your time, and then reviewing your practice, which should be 15 to 20% of your time. So from the very first week, do not wait to feel motivated. Don't just wait for the motivation. Instead, build a routine with protected time. Even 30 minutes of wasted time a day is going to add up to 15 hours a month. And that's essentially an entire week full of prep just gone and wasted. All right, let's dive into the content. Let's talk about what content to actually start with. You want to generally start with the foundations, the topics that really the rest of the MCAT content is going to build upon. So I recommend generally in the first week, you start with amino acids. For sure, you need to know everything about the amino acids, enzyme kinetics, DNA structure and replication in terms of biochem stuff. In terms of gen chem, you really want to look at atomic structure, periodic trends, and chemical bonding. And in terms of physics, you want to start to get into units, motion, force, and energy. Why these? Because really they're going to show up everywhere. And if you get really good at these early, it's going to make your later weeks a little bit easier and more efficient because a lot of the content tends to build on top of these. You don't need to memorize everything this week, but you do need to start to understand the relationships. Pro tip, start making your own quick reference sheets. Don't rely on what other people have done. Do it yourself. Don't waste time rewriting the textbooks. Instead, summarize what you actually need to recall for the questions. Okay, so next let's look at practice questions that you're going to do from day one. This is the biggest mistake I see. Students spend weeks and weeks and weeks just reading, highlighting, or passively reviewing their content. They say, I'm gonna wait till I know it until I practice. That is a guaranteed path to a low score. You should be doing practice questions from your very first week. You need to learn how to apply it, and you're gonna do that by doing practice. Here's how. After each content review block, do 5 to 10 practice questions that test that exact concept. Use your third-party resources first and save the AMC materials for later, closer to exam day. Make sure that you review every single question, especially the wrong ones, but also the right ones, a little bit more deeply. You want to create an error log, spreadsheet, or a journal to be able to track different things. what the question tested, what you got wrong for the wrong questions, why you got it wrong. Was it a content gap? Was it not understanding the passage? Was it a silly mistake? And then what you'll do to fix it. Most of your score increase is going to come not from learning more, but from making fewer repeat mistakes. Let's look at building in strategy and reflection into your routine. So you're not just learning science, you are training for a test. It's kind of different approaches, right? So in week 1, you want to start tracking your study habits. Are you focusing for the entirety of your study block? Are you avoiding passive review? Because passive review is not really going to get you anywhere. Are you improving in how you're reading, understanding, interpreting the passages? Start keeping a short reflection log at the end of every day of what went well, what was hard, what you think needs adjusting moving forward. What do you need to do differently tomorrow? And if you're not exactly sure what to fix or how to improve, then it's a sign that you need external feedback, which is, why we offer support for our students with real-time strategy coaching throughout our program, but this is where a lot of sort of external support can come in handy. Let's look at some mistakes, what you are not going to do in the first week. So these are some of the common traps I see that students fall into. First off, number 1, overloading your hours on day 1 and burning out day 4. You're pre-med, you're ambitious, don't go overboard. Another one is only watching videos or reading with no questions. You have to learn how to apply what you're learning. Another one, trying to study every subject at once. Don't do that. Stick to at least 2 to 3 subjects per week. Make sure you're spreading them out. Don't compare your schedule to others online. Your journey is your own and it's unique. So focus on your strengths, your pace, your goals, because you are an individual student. You are not a cookie cutter student. Don't wait to feel ready before testing yourself. You're not going to feel ready until you've actually practiced. Practicing what you feels is messy, and that's how you learn. That mess is the part that you're going to improve the most from. So if you're just starting your MCAT prep this summer, the perfect first week isn't about cramming. It's not about doing everything about once. It's about creating structure that works. It's about committing to consistency. That consistency is the biggest difference we see between the high scorers and not, over perfection. If you're not really sure what that should look like from a day-to-day perspective, I have created a 4-month MCAT study plan based on what we see work very well for some of our top scoring students. If you'd like, you can grab that in the link below. I linked it in the description. And if you are interested in help building a more customized plan for your schedule, your goals, and your weaknesses, feel free to book in a strategy call with our team. We would love to help you out. The link to that is also in the description. So make this summer count. Let's get you to your MCAT goal and let's get you into med school. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Subscribe for weekly MCAT videos and I'll see you in the next one.